Yatra that is going to be taking place. Let's get you live visuals of Rajnath Singh, who is in China for the SCO. He is there. He has reiterated India's stand as far as peace and safety and security is concerned, calling out Pakistan. Of course, the defense minister at the SCO meet calling out Pakistan in regard to this is now Rajnath Singh meeting with his Russian counterpart on the sidelines of the SCO, the defense minister's meeting that's taking place in China. This is a very key bilateral meeting that's taking place at the SCO meet. Rajnath Singh meeting with his Russian counterpart. Do remember that what we really are expecting on the sidelines is Rajnath Singh, the defense minister, to also meet with the defense minister of China. This is the SCO summit in which Rajnath Singh has spoken about other members of the SCO to call out terrorism and to call out evil while calling out on Pakistan and cross-border terrorism. He has spoken about how terrorism and peace cannot coexist. He has urged the members of the SCO to, in fact, unite in the fight against cross-border terrorism. My colleague Vishal joining us. Vishal, a very crucial bilateral meeting that we were expecting on the sidelines of the SCO was Rajnath Singh meeting with his Russian counterpart. But another crucial meeting that perhaps is on the cards is Rajnath Singh meeting with the defense minister of China.
Yeah, that will be second meeting that Rajnath Singh will have with his Chinese counterpart in the last 1 year or so, and all eyes will be on that meet because India and China in the recent months, and particularly in the last 10 months, have significantly improved the ties, especially when it comes to some of the border tensions, some of the tensions in the region of Arunachal and regions in the Kashmir region that are concerned about. So that will have to be seen what they discuss about. As far as the India-Russia bilateral is concerned, this is the probably the 22nd annual summit that has happened between both the countries in the last few decades. So that goes to show the level of cooperation that both the allies enjoy. India and Russia have been allies for a long time now. The discussions revolved around several topics such as defense cooperation and some other trade ties. So the details will be shared soon, so then we'll have more details.
Right, Vishal, thank you so much for joining us with those details. And we have breaking news coming in, and this is breaking news coming in regard to the CJI who's spoken on the Constitution. We're talking about Justice Gawai reiterating the supremacy when it comes to the Constitution. The CJI has gone on to say that Constitution alone is supreme. That is what Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gawai, has gone on to say, that the Constitution of India is supreme and all three wings of our democracy work under that Constitution. While some people say that Parliament is supreme, in his opinion, it's the Constitution that is paramount. Do remember Justice Gawai, who took oath as the 52nd CJI just last month, was speaking at his felicitation ceremony in the Amravati city of eastern Maharashtra, his very hometown, talking about how it is the Constitution which is absolute supreme, while many say and believe that Parliament is supreme, and according to him it is the Constitution of India that is supreme, and all three wings of democracy work under the Constitution. And that is what the Chief Justice of India really had to say. Nupur joining us. Nupur, take us through all that was said by the Chief Justice.
Well, yes, the Chief Justice has in fact reiterated his earlier stance. Remember, this statement has been said by the Chief Justice at least 4 times now over the past few months since the controversy around the powers of judiciary versus the executive have emerged. Now, this comes just after his London visit, where there also he was seen making similar statements where he asserted that it is the Constitution that is supreme and not the Parliament or the judiciary or any branch of the executive. So it is, he is clearing his stance, and his stance is judiciary stance for now, as he is the Chief Justice of India. And this, remember, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has been making such statements that Parliament is supreme, and constitution intended for the parliament to be supreme. But the CGI has time and again reiterated, and this is the fourth time in past 2 months that he has said that neither parliament nor judiciary, but it is the constitution that is supreme.
Right, a judge should always remember that we have a duty and we are custodians of the rights of citizens and the constitutional values as well as principles. We just don't have powers, but a duty is cast upon us, is what he went on to say. And a judge should not be guided by what people are saying or what they will say or feel about their judgment, is what the Chief Justice of India really had to say. Let's just get you the latest from Jammu and Kashmir. And in a bid to boost this is tourism, the centre's big push. As far as tourism in the valley is concerned, a high-level meeting is coming up in Pahalgam. The meeting is slated for the 7th and the 8th of next month, and efforts are underway in order to revive tourism. In order to know more on this, we have my colleague Nazir Masoodi joining us. Nazir, take us through the centre there, aiming to restore and bring back the confidence when it comes to the tourists in J&K. Take us through the efforts that are being made in this regard.
Well, on 7th and 8th July, for 2 days, there would be a meeting of all the tourism secretaries of all the states and union territories. They would be meeting in Pahalgam. Why Pahalgam has been chosen as a tourist destination for the meeting is to revive tourism. Pahalgam was hit, Kashmir was hit, the whole entire Jammu and Kashmir was hit, tourism industry, because of the terror attack on April 22nd. While there has been some revival, but it needs full revival, so that it was not only killing innocent people, it was also hitting the livelihood of thousands of people in Jammu and Kashmir. Prime Minister said now from the center it is a major push to get all the tourism secretaries, culture secretaries to Pahalgam for 2-day meeting on July 7 and 8 to woo tourists back to Kashmir, woo tourists back to Pahalgam, and it would be when Amarnath Yatra would start, and or that would start on July 3rd, from July 3rd, and in between there would be this important meeting to revive tourism in Jammu and Kashmir. As a major push we have been seeing recently, there was Union Tourism Minister was also in Pahalgam. Chief Minister held several meetings there, visited several times, and also held his cabinet meeting also in Pahalgam to ensure that the confidence is restored.
Right, Nazir, thank you so much for getting us the very latest. Moving on now to the latest as far as the honeymoon murder in Meghalaya is concerned, and there are fresh revelations in the case. Evidence tampering has been charged in the case, and we're talking about the 3 accused. The accused will be now produced in court. Do remember that Sonam Raghuvanshi and her boyfriend, who had allegedly conspired and killed her husband Raja Raghuvanshi, have admitted to their relationship, is what the Meghalaya police has gone on to say. The SIT, which is investigating the shocking honeymoon murder case, have dismissed the victim's family's demand for a narco test on the woman, saying that they have enough evidence. The watertight case. Ratnadeep joining us. Ratnadeep, in this watertight case, new evidence is emerging. The accused are going to be produced in court today, but the hunt continues as far as the laptop and the mobile phones are concerned. But they seem to have recovered a pistol now in this particular regard.
That's right. In fact, for the past 7 days, the Meghalaya SIT, which was there in Indore with the help of Indore Police Crime Branch, had carried out several raids. And in those raids, they have also arrested three people. The owner of the flat where Sonam was hiding, Lokendra Singh Tomar, the property dealer who gave the flat on rent, Shilom James, and the security guard. Now, all of them have been arrested on allegations of tampering with evidence, because now they have admitted that Shilom James had, with the help of the security guard, had burned one of the bags. In fact, forensic teams have collected that bag and sent for FSL test. And yesterday, on the leads given by Shilom James from a stream near Indore, a white bag was recovered in which a pistol was recovered. This pistol was allegedly brought to that flat by Raj Kushwaha. So now this was part of their plan B in terms of the murder murder. And also remember, there was a plan of targeting any other women and killing that woman and mutilating her face and passing it off as Sonam Raghuvanshi. So whether that pistol was brought for that purpose. And the biggest question for Meghalaya police is that what was the link between these three people who had tried to tamper with the evidence, and what were they, why were they helping them, and therefore they will be produced in court today in Shillong, and police would be asking for a police remand.
Right, thank you so much, Rathadeep, for getting us those details. We will keep tracking that story and coming back to you for more on that. With that, we're slipping a short break. Back with a whole lot more on the other side. Just stay with us.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
Navy headquarters staffer has been arrested for spying for Pakistan. He shared crucial information during Operation Sindhu. Chief Minister of Karnataka's damage control. This is after it is his own MLAs, disgruntled MLAs who have voiced, this is the situation, the workings and the functioning, the problems that they have with the Congress party in Karnataka. NSG snipers AI cameras are being used in order to ensure the safe and smooth functioning of the Puri Rath Yatra that's going to be taking place tomorrow. And additional multi-layered security is in place as far as the Amarnath Yatra is concerned, which is going to start in a week's time from now.
भावनाओं को अभिव्यक्त करता हुआ कवि, एक पेंटिंग बनाता हुआ चित्रकार, सुरीले राग गाता हुआ एक गायक और फिल्म के रूप में दुनिया की हकीकत दिखाता हुआ एक फिल्मकार। सब चाहते हैं कि उन्हें एक मंच मिले जहां से उनकी उड़ान को दुनिया पहचान सके। एनडीटीवी क्रिएटर्स मंच एक ऐसा ही मंच है। आइए इस मचान पर स्वागत है, एक वक्त बिताएंगे एनडीटीवी क्रिएटर्स मंच पर। If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru, only on NDTV 24x7.
News is not just headlines, it is what impacts you. And news should never be mistaken for noise. What matters is the reality. Accurate, in-depth, and with the right perspective. For over 20 years, I have been a journalist, and never has clarity mattered more than now. At Newsnight, we go beyond the surface. We dissect the details, challenge the narratives, and bring you the unparalleled clarity you deserve in a world clouded by misinformation. We are bold, we are direct. Newsnight, for the news in your interest. Only on NDTV 24x7.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools, and lead with impact. Starts July 13th. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims?
Welcome back. Let's get you the latest when it comes to the CBSE. They're clearing new rules for Class 10th. Now, Class 10 board exams will be conducted twice in a year starting next year. That is what has been confirmed. This is going to be the first phase that is going to be compulsory, but the second phase is optional. The best score to be retained is the decision that's been taken by the CBSE. So from next year, 2026, is when Class 10 students will be able to take the CBSE board exams twice in the academic year. However, it's not going to be compulsory as far as the second phase is concerned, which is going to be held in the month of May. But the first phase in the month of February is going to be compulsory for everyone in the Class 10 to take that very board exam. Let's get you all the details.
Come 2026, and Class 10 students will have two boards. The first board exam will be mandatory for all, while the second one will be optional.
Today CBSE has released the policy for the two board examination in Class 10, which will be implemented from 2026. In this policy, CBSE would be conducting two board examination for Class 10 students, and if a student wishes to improve their performance, they would be allowed to appear in second board examination.
Union Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan has also lauded this decision as an effort to reduce exam stress, provide more flexibility, and foster joyful learning environment.
While the intent of the reform is commendable, its successful implementation will require careful planning, robust infrastructure, and clear guidelines from the policymakers. It is important to ensure that the policy does not increase the burden on students or the educators and maybe for schools also, because evaluation will have to be done twice in a year, and sparing teachers for any kind of a school may be a challenge, particularly twice in a year.
But what about the logistics? Students and their parents may find this decision as a twin trouble rather than a second chance.
अगर किसी बच्चे को लगता है उसने अपने पहले अटेम्प्ट में सही नहीं दिया है तो वो दूसरा अटेम्प्ट ले सकता है, लेकिन जैसे कुछ बच्चे हैं जो पूरा डेडिकेशन लगा के अपने पहले अटेम्प्ट की तैयारी ही कर रहे हैं, उनके लिए शायद थोड़ा बेनिफिशियल नहीं हो सकता.
The next academic year will tell how well does the board execute the exam process. In New Delhi, Tanushka Datta for NDTV.
Now, a day after the successful liftoff of the mission piloted by Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla, the mission is set to dock at the International Space Station later in the evening at about 4:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And once docked, the crew will spend close to 2 weeks conducting multiple scientific experiments. This is a big leap for India's human space program.
Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and 3 crew who launched from the Cape Canaveral Kennedy Space Center on the Falcon 9 Crew Dragon have spent the first night in space. So the first sleep in microgravity. Today, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla wakes up to a new day in space, and then the crew will attempt the docking with the International Space Station. The crew module will dock with the International Space Station with the Harmony module, which is an American module on the space station. Docking is a complicated process since both the spacecraft and the Crew Dragon are traveling at over 28,000 kilometers per hour. Then they have to come together. There is first a small docking which happens, then a stiff docking happens, and finally the pressure is equalized between the two modules, which is the Crew Dragon and the International Space Station. This whole process will take over 2 hours, and there would be a live feed which will be available for people to see of the Crew Dragon docking with the International Space Station. Once the docking is complete, then Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla and the 3 crew, which is an American astronaut, a Hungarian astronaut, and a Polish astronaut will float into the International Space Station and join with the crew which already is stationed at the space station. There are 7 crew on the International Space Station, 4 more will join. So the first Space 11 will meet up in space, and after that, Group Captain Shubhanshu Shukla will continue with his 14-day mission at the International Space Station. Docking is a highly automated process, but if things go off nominal, then since Group Captain Shukla is the pilot, he will get the docking done ably, I am told. After the docking is over, Group Captain Shukla will spend 14 days in space. So the first Indian at the International Space Station and the second Indian to go into space. In New Delhi, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
And Shubhanshu Shukla is also carrying mango nectar and gajar ka halwa along with him in space. With that, it's a wrap on this bulletin. News and updates will continue on NDTV. For the latest updates and breaking news, don't forget you can subscribe to our NDTV YouTube channel as well.
There have been 4 alerts which have been sounded off here. In fact, what we can confirm is that one missile did hit a residential building in Beersheba. As I speak, you can hear the air raid sirens going in. So I will have to make my way out and see if we can find us a safe place. This is the announcement being made. Listen into it. We are coming to you live from this location which was hit in Beersheba, a residential high-rise. Ruins of this building tell you the cost that this war, the 12-day war so far, has taken.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
India's IT capital is always bustling, a city full of startups, stories and surprises. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru, only on NDTV 24x7. In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
The markets move fast.
And so should your portfolio. Expert insights, real-time stock picks.
Do I buy Ola?
Should I hold CDSL for the long term?
Buy, sell or hold.
The answers you need, straight from the experts.
callers from India and across the world. Connect live, ask, decide and invest wisely.
Your portfolio, your future. Ask Profit.
सज गया है मंच। शिरकत करेंगे जाने माने कलाकार। NDTV का क्रिएटर्स मंच है आपके लिए तैयार। शामिल होंगे लेजेंडरी राइटर जावेद अख्तर, अपनी कविताओं से युवाओं के दिलों पर राज करने वाले कवि कुमार विश्वास, समय से परे की फिल्म बनाने वाले डायरेक्टर इम्तियाज अली और बेस्ट सेलिंग राइटर चेतन भगत। यहाँ फन और एंटरटेनमेंट मिलेगा साहित्य से, नई रचनाएं, नई सोच, नया मंच। NDTV लाया है आपके लिए क्रिएटर्स मंच। आप भी जुड़ें NDTV नेटवर्क पर।
The last 1 month, if you see, the share prices of Genzol Engineering has fallen more than 58%.
Why are the rating firms calling the debt payments as default?
We have two credible credit rating agencies on March 4th coming and downgrading the stock to D.
Statements are consistently being proven wrong, and transactions are being taken place which are different from what they were originally pictured to be.
The company claimed it would roll out 6,400 electric vehicles. But what it has rolled out is a shocking scam. Funds meant for the project were funneled allegedly back to the promoters, the Junkie brothers. What did the money buy? Not EVs, of course, but a lavish flat in Gurgaon's luxurious DLF Carmelias.
भावनाओं को अभिव्यक्त करता हुआ कवि, एक पेंटिंग बनाता हुआ चित्रकार, सुरीले राग गाता हुआ एक गायक और फिल्म के रूप में दुनिया की हकीकत दिखा।
You are watching NDTV 24x7. I am Parmeshwar Bava and we've got an action-packed bulletin lined up for you. Let's begin with the top headlines you need to know. There's rain havoc across states. Himachal Pradesh as Kangra is the worst hit. Heavy rain meanwhile lashes Uttarakhand. There are flash floods in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri as well. Rajasthan Police's intelligence wing has arrested a civilian employee posted at the naval headquarters in Delhi for allegedly leaked classified information to a Pakistani intelligence handler. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the SEO meet in China says, "We must unite in our fight against terrorism for our collective safety and security." Chief Justice of India B.R. Gavai has said the Constitution of India is supreme and all three wings of our democracy work under the Constitution. A week to go for the Amarnath Yatra, multi-layered and in-depth security arrangements have been put in place for this upcoming annual Yatra to ensure a smooth pilgrimage. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte praised US President Donald Trump for brokering the Israel-Iran ceasefire during a press conference in The Hague, going as far as calling Trump daddy in an unusual compliment. Well, the monsoon mayhem in India is our big focus. The monsoon is turning deadly. Well, at least 2 lives have been lost and 20 feared swept away in cloudburst-triggered flash floods in Himachal Pradesh. In fact, look at the visuals on your screens coming in from Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand. Visuals of submerged trucks and collapsing bridges. In Himachal Pradesh's Kangra painted a chilling picture of nature's fury. In fact, Kangra is the worst impacted district as far as Himachal Pradesh is concerned. You can also see visuals coming in from Uttarakhand's Chamoli on your screens at the moment. In Uttarakhand, landslides have choked roads in Chamoli. Meanwhile, in visuals coming in from Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri, as you can see on the top right side of your screens, The swollen Tavi River has sparked fresh panic. Let's just begin with ground zero in Uttarakhand for now, where at least one person has died and 10 others are missing after a bus with 18 passengers on board fell into the Alakananda River in Uttarakhand's Rudraprayag district. 7 people have been rescued as the police and the State Disaster Response Force are conducting relief work at that location. You can see a human chain has also been formed to rescue people. According to a press note, preliminary information suggests that the bus was going uphill when the driver lost control and it fell into the river. My colleague Kishore has been tracking the finer developments for us. He joins us live at the moment. Kishore, we're given to understand that 11 people are missing after this bus fell into a river in Uttarakhand's Rudraprayag.
बिल्कुल ये टेम्पो ट्रैवल था जिसमें लगभग 18 लोग बताए जा रहे हैं और जिसमें 7 लोग, क्योंकि जब ये बस खाई की तरफ गिर रही थी तो उससे छिटक कर बाहर गिर गए, जिनको रेस्क्यू किया है, लेकिन उसमें एक की मौत की खबर है। इसके अलावा 10 से 11 जो लोग हैं वो अभी लापता बताए जा रहे हैं और उनको तलाश किया जा रहा है, क्योंकि अलकनंदा नदी की बात करें तो वो काफ़ी उफान पर है, उसमें पानी बहुत ज़्यादा बह रहा है। पिछले 2 दिनों से लगातार उसके जो तमाम जो किनारे घाट है वो डूब गए थे। रुद्रप्रयाग की अगर बात करें तो वहाँ शिव मंदिर है वो भी तक डूब गया था, यानी पानी बहुत ज़्यादा है। अब अलकनंदा नदी में जिस तरीके से बस समाई है और जिस तरीके से पानी का बहाव है, तो ऐसे में उसको तलाशना बहुत मुश्किल है क्योंकि पानी का बहाव ज़्यादा है। इसके अलावा लोकेशन ट्रेस की जा रही है, उसके आसपास कॉम्बिंग की जा रही है, ITBP है वहाँ पर, इसके अलावा SDRF है, पुलिस है और जो तमाम जो एक्सपर्ट लोग हैं पानी के, यानी जो वाटर पुलिस है वो भी वहाँ मौजूद है और उनको लगातार तलाश किया जा रहा है। और फिलहाल अभी बस की लोकेशन पता की जा रही है और ये भी माना जा रहा है कि बस से छिटक कर, यानी बाहर बस से छिटक कर लोग पानी में बहकर किनारे लग सकते हैं, इसलिए पूरे इलाके में लगभग 5 किलोमीटर के इलाके में कॉम्बाइंड ऑपरेशन शुरू किया जा रहा है। लेकिन ये दुखद हादसा है, इसमें एक व्यक्ति की मौत हुई है और अभी 11 लापता है। जी,
Thank you so much, Kishore, for sharing the latest details with us. Well, on that note, let's also get you a quick stock of the situation as far as Himachal Pradesh is concerned. 2 people were killed while about 20 were feared swept away after cloudbursts led to flash floods in several districts of Himachal Pradesh. Water sports activities have obviously been suspended after at least 4 cloudburst incidents were reported in Manikaran, in Senj, Gadsa and Banjar of Kullu district. Meanwhile, the IMD has issued the latest forecast. Shimla has been issued an orange alert for heavy to very heavy rainfall. And as far as Kullu is concerned, there's an orange alert on in Kullu, in Bilaspur, Chamba, Hamirpur, Kangra, Mandi, Shimla and Sirmaur, along with Solan, with 1 or 2 places in Una as well under this orange alert over the next 24 hours. Just listen in to what Dharamshala BJP MLA Sudhir Sharma had to say regarding the current situation.
देखिए, मेरा मानना है कि 15 से 20 लोग बह गए हैं। उसका कारण ये है कि ये जो मेरा घर है उससे 1 किलोमीटर भी ये जगह नहीं है और ये हमारा गांव है, तो वो दुखद घटना है। और मेरा तो मानना है कि ये प्रोजेक्ट को भी पेनल्टी लगा करके इनको उचित मुआवजा मिलना चाहिए। और सरकार प्रशासन को हमने बार बार ये बताया था कि हाँ, इलीगल माइनिंग हो रही है, पोर्टेबल क्रशर लगे हैं, उसके वीडियोस हैं। तो ये ऐसे फ्रेजाइल स्ट्राटा के ऊपर जहाँ इतना पानी का गश आता हो मानसून्स में, प्रोजेक्ट्स की अनुमति होनी ही नहीं चाहिए, जिससे कि इतनी बड़ी त्रासदी का खतरा हो।
Meanwhile, flash floods have created havoc in Jammu and Kashmir's Rajouri district as well. Heavy rainfall in Rajouri has led to a sharp rise in water levels across the local rivers and streams. 9 men were rescued just on Wednesday in a joint operation by the police and State Disaster Response Force as far as Rajouri district is concerned. That's the situation unfolding in Jammu and Kashmir. And with that, let's turn our attention to Gujarat, where 3 days of incessant rainfall has left several pockets of the state inundated. Surat is inundated, and here's a special report by my colleague Anuj Raite. Take a look.
Historic spell of rain in Surat. With over 17 inches of rain over the last 3 days, large parts of the city were inundated.
once again raising questions over the Surat Municipal Corporation's flood preparedness.
मैं यहाँ 10 साल से रहता हूँ, 10 साल की समस्या है। एसएमसी के पास में 8,500 करोड़ रुपए का प्रतिवर्ष बजट है। ये इनको इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर देखता है, लेकिन बारिश का समाधान इनके पास में कोई समस्या का समाधान नहीं है। क्यों नहीं है? कि नीति और नियम नहीं है इनके पास में।
गाड़ी बिगड़ जाती है, जो लोग लेके आते हैं।
सबका मोनोपोली रहता है। रिक्शा वाला 200 की जगह 400 बोल रहा है, 400 की जगह 500 बोल रहा है। और बच्चों का स्कूल मिस हो रहा है, वो अलग से, बाकी जा नहीं सकते हैं। इन लोगों की वजह से मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा ही परेशानी हो रही है भैया।
Surat has a typical geographical situation where because heavy rainfall not only happened in the city but surrounding areas also and in the district also. So that water from upstream is coming into the creeks. Today is Amavasya, so the sea high tides are also going as backwaters in the creeks, and because of the rainfall the creeks are overflowing. So there are only few places now where the waterlogging is there because of overflowing of the creeks, but there people have been shifted in the safe shelter homes. They have been provided with all kinds of logistics like food, medical services, aid, water supply and other kinds of logistics.
As water recedes from a majority of Surat's area, there still remain a few pockets which are still inundated. The commissioner here, though, believes that the reason for the same is geographical location.
One of the worst affected zones is the southwest region of the city, a low-lying area close to the Mithi Creek, which sees flooding almost every monsoon.
तो यहाँ पर हम लोगों ने फ्लड गेट्स लगा रखे, उनके थ्रू हम लोग मैनेजमेंट करते हैं फ्लड का। फ्लड गेट बंद करने पड़ते हैं। साथ में पिछले 2 दिन से यहाँ पर हाई टाइड का इफेक्ट भी है।
Off-camera, officials told us illegal encroachments along the creek make flood management harder.
तो हम हमारा घर छोड़ के जाएंगे का मतलब, जैसे अगर काम धंधा पैसे ऐसे होते हैं तो फिर हम दूसरी जगह भी घर ले सकते, पर इधर ही जैसे मतलब तोड़ के दूसरी जगह घर दे दे तो अच्छी बात है। तो ये मुसीबत से तो हमको छुटकारा मिल जाएगा।
सूरत म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन के एक जनरल मतलब एक एसओपी जैसा है, जैसा सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं पूरे म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन में जहाँ जहाँ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं, तो जो फ्लड अफेक्टेड एरिया है उनके बिल्कुल नज़दीक में सेफ़ हाउसेस आइडेंटिफाई किए जाते हैं। और ये सेफ़ हाउसेस अभी आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं ऐसा नहीं है, पूरे सूरत शहर में एक एसओपी के तहत सारे सेफ़ हाउसेस ऑलरेडी आइडेंटिफाइड है। एक एसओपी है किस एरिया में फ्लड आएगा तो लोगों को इवैक्यूएट करते किस एरिया में किस बिल्डिंग में ले जाया जाएगा। तो जैसे इस एरिया में म्यूनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशन संचालित एक स्कूल है, तो वहाँ से जितने भी फ्लड अफेक्टेड घरों से लोग थे उनको निकाल कर इस सेफ हाउस में एक स्कूल है वहाँ पर शिफ्ट किया गया है।
अभी मेरे को 6-7 साल हो गया रहते हुए, मैं जब तक से यहाँ पे रह रहा हूँ तो हर साल ही डूबते हैं, पर यहाँ से जो सुविधा मिलना चाहिए वो सुविधा नहीं मिलता है हम लोग को। क्योंकि अभी मेरे को रहते ही इधर 2 दिन हो गया, बच्चे छोटे छोटे काम धंधा छोड़ के बैठे इधर। बच्चे लोग को सुबह में 8-9 बजे दूध बस 1 पाउच मिलते हैं और 2:30-3 बजे बस 4 पूड़ी मिलेगा, थोड़ा सा सब्जी मिलते है। इसमें क्या पेट भरने वाले हैं बच्चे लोग क्या अपने को? अगर खाने में 1 से 2 पैकेट लिया जाए उसके लिए भी चिल्ला रहे हैं।
As people faced inconvenience in different parts of Surat city, the city corporation here believes that they've done more than what is required to make sure that the lives of people is made slightly easier. While there is a very evident conflict between these two parties, the truth prevails that when monsoon came in late June, things weren't prepared to the best of their capabilities. With camera person Praveen Jiruhit, this is Anuj Raid reporting for NDTV from Surat.
The other big story we're tracking, Rajasthan Police's intelligence wing has arrested a civilian employee who was posted at the naval headquarters in Delhi for allegedly leaking classified information to a Pakistani intelligence handler. The accused, Vishal Yadav, who's on your screen at the moment, was apprehended by the police under the Official Secret Act 1923, and his arrest followed prolonged surveillance by CID Intelligence Rajasthan, which had been monitoring suspected espionage activity linked to Pakistan. Harsha Kumari Singh has all the details for you.
Was an upper division clerk and he was working with the naval wing in Delhi. He's a resident of Haryana. Now during Operation Sindoor, a lot of people were under surveillance and he was also under surveillance, and that's why the Rajasthan police, the intelligence wing, have arrested him. Now, the intelligence wing has so far not given too much information on exactly why they picked him up. They do say that, through this lady Priya Sharma, he had got addicted to, it was probably a honey trap is what they're suspecting. He was also addicted to online gaming. He had incurred financial losses. So probably along with honey trap, he was also, being pumped in with some funds to give information. Now in the naval wing, he's an upper division clerk. Exactly what kind of information he's given is not very clear. But during Op Sindoor is when, there was heightened, remember we said that in the border areas, there was heightened vigilance. There was heightened people were looking at any suspicious activity. There was heightened online monitoring also. So in that context, this person has come he's been picked up by the Rajasthan intelligence, and now he will be jointly interrogated here in Jaipur. Only then will further information come forward.
Meanwhile, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh reiterated India's firm stand against cross-border terrorism during the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meet in China, stressing that peace and prosperity cannot coexist with terror and calling for decisive action against state-sponsored militancy with no room for terror or double standards. He urged the SCO members to align in their fight against terror to ensure regional safety and stability. We have some crucial takeaways lined up for you. Listen in to what the Defence Minister had to say in China.
It is imperative that those who sponsor, nurture and utilize terrorism for their narrow and selfish ends must bear the consequences. Some countries use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of policy and provide shelter to terrorists. There should be no place for such double standards. SCO should not hesitate to criticize such nations. India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. This includes our right to defend ourselves against terrorism. And we have shown that epicenters of terrorism are no longer safe, and we will not hesitate to target them. The pattern of the Pahalgam terror attack matches with LET's previous terror attacks in India. In exercising its right to defend against terrorism and preempt as well as deter further cross-border terrorist attacks, India on 7th May 2025 successfully launched Operation Sindoor to dismantle cross-border terrorist infrastructure. We reiterate the need to hold the perpetrators, organizers, financiers, and sponsors of reprehensible acts of terrorism, including cross-border terrorism, accountable and bring them to justice.
Well, you just heard our Defence Minister say that some countries use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of policy. Vishal Vivek has been keeping a close eye on the key developments and key takeaways from the Defence Minister's speech. He's with us at the moment. Vishal, take us through the key takeaways.
Well, the Defence Minister is clearly calling out Pakistan for the recent terror attack on Pahalgam that killed at least 26 innocent people. All those people who were killed were asked their religious identities before they were gunned down in front of their spouses. So that is what the Defence Minister has highlighted, that Pakistan needs to be called out on the international stage, such as an organization like SCO, that is one of the biggest Central Asian organizations that needs to call out Pakistan. It remains to be seen what SCO finally says, but he has gone on to criticize Pakistan and said that Pakistan uses cross-border terrorism as it's one of the main policies. So he's clearly highlighted what Pakistan is doing on the international stage, and yet getting some backing from many countries, many of its allies. So that will have to be seen what the countries say now. But he's clearly said that Pahalgam attack matches LET's previous attacks in India. So he's also highlighted what LET has been doing in India repeatedly. LET is the group based in Pakistan, promoted by Pakistan, funded by ISI. So he's clearly called out the whole organization in Pakistan that promotes terrorism on and off frequently, quite across the globe.
As always, Vishal, thanks so much for joining us with that update. We're also getting our viewers live visuals at the moment from the SCO summit in China, where Rajnath Singh is leading the Indian delegation. Well, to Jammu and Kashmir now, where multi-layered and in-depth security arrangements have been put in place for the upcoming annual Amarnath Yatra in order to ensure safe and smooth pilgrimage. The Inspector General of Kashmir Police has informed us that the Amarnath Yatra this year is starting next week, and security forces have made all security arrangements for this yatra. Compared to last year, this time there are multi-layered and in-depth security arrangements to make the yatra smooth and safe. My colleague Nazir has been tracking all the finer developments for us on Ground Zero. He joins us live at the moment. Nazir, with a week to go for the Amarnath Yatra, take us through the kind of arrangements that have been put in place on Ground Zero for this 38-day pilgrimage.
Well, it's an unprecedented security deployment for the Amarnath Yatra. Would be the highest guarded religious pilgrimage anywhere in the world. And this year, because of the backdrop of the recent terror attacks, Pahalgam attack, that Pahalgam is also a base camp for the Yatra. So clearly, it needs to be more security. About 600 additional companies are being deployed. In Baltal base camp, the largest base camp, just not far away from that place, there was a major terror attack last year in October. So both the axes appear to be, infested by terrorists. So that is the big concern. Now the amount of deployment which is being made and the drills which are being carried out yesterday was a mock drill all across the route, route and the highway, to ensure nothing goes wrong and test the coordination between various agencies, alertness, intelligence, and all the things on the ground, how it works. It was a simulation exercise that was carried out, and if there are any deficiencies, these are actually worked out and resolved within this week, so that there's no problem when Yatra actually starts on July 3rd. So it is going to end on the 1st of the 10th of this August. So it is a long Yatra. So, but the security remains the top priority, and for that, security forces have taken absolute and serious measures to ensure nothing goes wrong.
As always, Nazir, thank you so much for joining us with the latest. Meanwhile, the seaside pilgrim town of Puri has turned into a fortress with around 10,000 security personnel deployed for the annual Rath Yatra celebrations for Lord Jagannath. Besides, over 250 artificial intelligence-enabled cameras have been installed in various places in this town for surveillance. The security personnel, including those of the Central Armed Forces, have participated in rigorous rehearsals as well. These are the visuals we're getting you from the Yatra in Puri. We also spoke to the DGP of Odisha. Listen in.
Massive preparations are underway for the Chariot Festival to be held on 27th June in Puri. As lakhs of devotees will gather, it would be interesting to watch and ask what are the police preparations this time. To talk more on this, I have with me Odisha DGP YB Khurania. Welcome to NDTV. What are the special preparations being made this time?
Car Festival is always a very big event for Odisha Police. This year we are making extra arrangements. For the first time we are putting AI-enabled CCTV right from Bhubaneswar to Puri and then from Puri to Konark. And through CCTV we will be keeping a close watch on all the crowds, movement, traffic movement. And there are certain special features built into the system. Like we will be able to have whether there is a crowd surge at certain point and some movement of troops or deployment of troops is required, that can take place. Besides, we have set up a integrated command and control center where senior officers of all the agencies will be present in the control room 24/7, and they will be able to see in real time the situation on the ground and take decisions.
How tough will it be, because the crowd keeps on swelling? However, this time with Operation Sindoor in the background, what are the special and specific measures made?
We are taking extra care as far as security is concerned. For the first time, we are deploying National Security Guard. Their quick reaction teams will be there. Their snipers will be there. And other agencies have also been mobilized. On the seaward side, we will be deploying Marine Police, Coast Guard and Indian Navy.
Right, I sincerely apologize for that. We're slipping into a very quick commercial break. Back in a moment with the latest updates for you. Do stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shivaru, only on NDTV 24x7.
News is not just headlines, it is what impacts you. And news should never be mistaken for noise. What matters is the reality. Accurate, in-depth, and with the right perspective. For over 20 years, I have been a journalist, and never has clarity mattered more than now. At Newsnight, we go beyond the surface. We dissect the details, challenge the narratives, and bring you the unparalleled clarity you deserve in a world clouded by misinformation. We are bold, we are direct. Newsnight, for the news in your interest. Only on NDTV 24x7.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools, and lead with impact. Starts July 13th. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
There have been 4 alerts which have been sounded off here. In fact, what we can confirm is that one missile did hit a residential building in Beersheba. As I speak, you can hear the air raid sirens going in. So I will have to make my way and see if we can find us a safe place. This is the announcement being made. Listen into it. We are coming to you live from this location which was hit in Beersheba, a residential high-rise. Ruins of this building tell you the cost that this war, the 12-day war so far, has taken.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti, also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
India's IT capital is always bustling, a city full of startups, stories and surprises. And I keep you ahead on all the Bengaluru buzz.
If it matters to you, if it matters to you, if it matters to you, it matters to India, it matters to India, it matters to India, and it matters to me, and it matters to me.
India Matters with Shubhanshu. Only on NDTV 24x7. In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
The markets move fast.
And so
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
Well, we have breaking news coming in currently regarding the Defence Minister and India's strong message at the SEO Defence Ministers meeting. Rajnath Singh has refused to sign the SEO document. Our Defence Minister has taken a firm stand at the SEO Defence Ministers meeting by refusing to sign a joint statement that would have diluted India's position on critical issues, particularly concerning terrorism and regional security. That's the latest coming in at the moment. The statement diluted India's position. SEO mentions Balochistan but ignores Pahalgam. Shiv Arur has been tracking the finer developments for us. He joins us live with further breaking news details at the moment. Shiv, it's over to you. What details can you disclose currently?
This is a very big move by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh Parmeshwar. He has refused to sign the Shanghai Cooperation Organization joint statement as a result of the attempt to drop Pahalgam and include Balochistan in the terrorism paragraphs of this particular document. We're given to understand there is no confirmation yet on whether any amendment has been made to that document or whether Rajnath Singh will be signing an amended document. But what we can confirm at this time is that he has refused to sign that document in its current form because of the attempt to dilute it completely as far as anti-terror is concerned and remove the mention of Pahalgam just 2 months after that terror attack in which 26 people were killed and to include Balochistan. Now remember, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a bloc which includes Russia, India, China. It also includes Pakistan, Iran and some Central Asian countries. And China and Pakistan's nexus obviously is very well known. And even though China has underplayed any reactions as far as India's strong stance on Pakistan terror is concerned, this devious, insidious attempt to expunge what happened in Pahalgam and to amplify Balochistan as some kind of a, India-sponsored terrorist hub, as it were, is clearly China's doing at the instigation of Pakistan or for Pakistan. But obviously Rajnath Singh is going to have none of it, and that's why he's refused to sign it.
As always, Shiv, thank you so much for joining us with the latest breaking news information coming in. As my colleague Shiv Arur is reporting, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has taken a firm stand at the SEO meet by refusing to sign a joint statement that would have diluted India's position on critical issues, particularly concerning terrorism and regional security. And as we've been covering during the meeting, Rajnath Singh had explicitly condemned the use of terrorism as a state policy tool, something he had asserted in his address as well. Now, with that, let's turn our attention to Karnataka, where Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has met disgruntled Congress MLAs, Mr. Patil, Raju Kage, who had spoken openly against their own party government's functioning. The Karnataka Chief Minister, it seems, is in firefighting mode. He's firefighting dissent within after two Congress MLAs went public criticizing their own government over alleged corruption. And Siddaramaiah finally met with both the MLAs on the Congress's High Command's instructions, we're told. Both MLAs, B.R. Patil and Raju Kage, had alleged corruption in the state administration, as I mentioned. Deepak Bopanna has the insider details for us.
Yes, on one hand, you have the MLAs who've been speaking out time and again. In the past, there were diktats that were given not to speak about leadership, not to speak about issues that they have, openly, but that continues to somewhere happen. It could be personal, interests of some of these legislators that are spilling over in these ways, or it could, of course, be something else. But yes, like you mentioned, on one hand, they have to deal with legislators speaking about corruption, speaking about malpractices in administration. On the other, there are also legislators who continue to talk about the leadership change as well. So both of these are somewhere a headache for the state and the top leadership to deal with. We'll really have to see in the coming days, with the opposition pressure as well mounting, how they'll really handle this situation.
In other crucial news, the Chief Justice of India, B.R. Gawai, has said the Constitution of India is supreme and all three wings of our democracy work under the Constitution. He said while some people say that Parliament is supreme, in his opinion, the Constitution is paramount. Justice Gawai, who took oath as the 52nd CGI last month, was speaking at his felicitation in Amravati of Eastern Maharashtra, which is also his hometown, and referring to a judgment passed by the Apex Court on the foundation of the Basic Structure Doctrine, CGI Gawai said, Parliament has the power to amend, but it cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. Just listen in to the CGI's remarks, followed by Jagdeep Dhankar, the Vice President's old remark from the 22nd of April this year.
नेहमी वाद होत असतो की विच इज सुप्रीम. आमचे बरेचसे मित्र उपस्थित आहेत जे पार्लमेंट लेजिस्लेचरला रिप्रेझेंट करतात आणि मध्यंतरी एका घटनात्मक व्यक्तीनेच म्हटलं की द पार्लमेंट इज सुप्रीम. मी म्हटलं की नायदर द पार्लमेंट नॉट द एक्झिक्युटिव्ह नॉट द ज्युडिशरी आर सुप्रीम, बट इट इज ओनली द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऑफ इंडिया विच इज सुप्रीम and all the wings work under the Constitution.
Constitution is encapsulated, its essence, its worth, its nectar in preamble of the Constitution. And what does it say? We, the people of India, the supreme power is with them. No one is above the people of India. And we, the people of India, under the Constitution, have chosen to reflect their aspirations, their desire, their will, through their public representatives. And they hold these representatives accountable, severely accountable on occasions, through elections. A prime minister who imposed emergency was held accountable in 1977. And therefore, let there be no doubt about it. Constitution is for the people, and its repository of safeguarding it is that of elected representatives. They are the ultimate masters as to what constitutional content will be.
My colleague Anuj Raite has been tracking all the developments, reading between the lines for us as the Chief Justice takes on the supremacy rhetoric. Anuj, the CGI hinting at Vice President's comments which were made on the 22nd of April this year?
Well, yes, the CGI was speaking in an event organized in Amravati, his hometown, a felicitation event, where he had made it very clear that he's speaking there not as a CGI, but as a son of Amravati. And in that 20-30 minute long speech, he made a point to reflect on this, point of debate that has been making rounds for last few months, about which of the 3 or 4 wings of the Indian democratic setup are supreme to one another. And again, reiterating all the statements that he had given earlier, CJI Gavai made it very clear once again that according to him, it is the constitution under which all the three different wings, be it legislature, parliament, executive and judiciary work. Now, this is not the first time that CJI Gavai has spoken about this explicitly. We remember that a couple of months ago when he was here in Chaitya Bhumi, first time after he had become the Chief Justice of India, even then while giving a speech, he had spoken about the same matter, and especially because that was the time when all of these statements about one wing of the democratic setup being superior to the other, had just been making rounds. But herein, he is also stated while giving the statement, the one that we heard a while back, making it very clear that a constitutional position holder, of course, indirectly referring to the Vice President of India, saying that the Parliament is supreme. But CJI Gavai has reiterated his view on this entire supremacy debate, making it very clear that according to him, it is the constitution that stands supreme. Later on, while speaking about the duty of judges, he also added that whenever a judge in any court in the Indian judiciary setup is giving a judgment, they should not think about what the people will think about their judgment, but should do it while thinking about it to the to its core. That is the kind of message that CJ has been trying to give in the last few speeches. Something again, besides the supremacy debate, this is again something that he highlighted yet again while speaking in an event at Amravati.
As always, Anuj, thank you so much for joining us with the latest details and contextualizing it for us as well. Right, let's turn our attention to the big international headline we're tracking at the moment. Following NATO chief's daddy comment to Donald Trump, the White House has now shared a video of Mark Rutte's interaction with the US president. This video is set to the track of singer Usher's song Daddy's Home. In fact, the NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte had actually praised the US President Donald Trump for brokering the Israel-Iran ceasefire during a press conference in The Hague, going as far as calling Trump daddy in an unusual compliment. Earlier, he had described Trump as a man of strength and a man of peace, applauding him for securing the ceasefire between Israel and Iran. Before you listen in to the NATO general's remarks, just listen in to the video that the White House has just posted.
I just wanna get your attention. Hey girl. I really wanna be all up in your head. Yeah. Is you say daddy's home for me? And I know you've been waiting for this loving all day. You know your daddy's home.
You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes. Then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
Meanwhile, a day after the successful liftoff at the Axiom 4 mission, piloted by our very own Indian astronaut Shubhanshu Shukla, the mission is set to dock at the International Space Station later this afternoon. And once docked, the crew will spend close to 2 weeks conducting multiple scientific experiments. This, as you can imagine, is a big leap for India's human space program. Pallav Bagla has been reporting regarding the latest updates. Meanwhile, here's what happens next as this 28-hour flight completes. After a textbook launch, the SpaceX Dragon spacecraft named Grace is currently cruising through space on a 28.5-hour journey to the International Space Station. And on board, the X4 crew, including India's very own Shubhanshu Shukla, who just made history by returning India to human spaceflight. So what are they doing up there while we are watching from Earth? Well, Grace is not just floating to the ISS, it's performing what's called a series of orbital burns, precisely calculated thruster firings that help align the spacecraft with the International Space Station's path. This phase, known as activation and rendezvous, is like slowly and safely threading a needle in space. Each burn takes them closer to docking with the station. Minutes after the launch, the crew ditched their pressure suits to get more comfortable and had their first meal in space. Even if it's a rehydratable mac and cheese, just imagine that view. They're also getting 8 hours of rest, we're told, while mission control monitors everything. But when they reach the ISS, docking won't be manual. Grace will autonomously dock with the space-facing port of the Harmony module, but before anyone floats out, engineers will perform extensive safety checks, pressurizing the vestibule, opening hatches, and finally allowing the crew to enter. Once aboard, the X4 team will be welcomed by astronauts from NASA, Japan, and Russia, which makes it a truly global moment. So set your alarms. Docking is scheduled around 4:30 p.m. IST.
On behalf of the Axiom Mission operations team, we're wishing you a safe, productive, and fun mission. Go AX4.
Papa, you are our hero. Tara api prapiante.
Cześć Sławosz, kochany synu, jesteśmy z ciebie bardzo dumni.
Kisfiam, büszkék vagyunk rád.
Várunk vissza.
Nagyon szeretünk.
Hi Shuks, we are super excited about your visit to space. Come back triumphant. We'll all be cheering for you the whole while that you're there.
Good luck from Iowa. We love you, Aunt Peggy.
Your flight is our future. Your flight is our inspiration.
Hi Sławos, you are about to do something truly out of this world. We are all here rooting for you.
Go chase those stars and make the mission unforgettable.
Hey Shuks! Wishing you all the strength, courage and wonder as you embark on this extraordinary mission beyond our world.
Szia, Timike! Sok sikert kívánunk a küldetéshez, várunk haza! Nyugi, nem lesz semmi zűr, irány az űr!
Hi Swamosh, we are so proud of you. Seeing you make your dreams come true is just amazing.
Enjoy the adventure. Earth is waiting for you.
Going is go!
Going is go!
Hi Shuks, wishing you a safe and inspiring journey beyond the stars. You make us proud. The sky is no longer the limit.
We are incredibly proud of you.
Go to space.
Have fun.
Make history.
Come back safely.
We are waiting for you.
Hey Shuks, you're going to be doing just great in space. Rock on, man.
Rock on!
Go Axiom 4! Go AX4!
Greetings from India. Wishing you all the very best. To the crew, Godspeed, and spend as much time as possible to look out of the window.
Well, with that, let's turn our attention now to a horrific story coming in from India's big metropolis. A horrific story coming in from Mumbai, actually. An elderly woman was found lying over piles of garbage in Mumbai, as you can see on the visuals playing out on your screens. The woman had allegedly informed police that her grandson had left her there. Her grandson, however, has claimed that she left the house on her own. But I can inform our viewers at the moment that 3 people have been booked for dumping this cancer patient in piles of garbage. The 60-year-old was dumped in garbage, as you can see. CCTV footage has showed the woman was taken to a hospital. She was dumped after the admission was refused. The police actually discovered that the woman was lying in these piles of garbage. She had an untreated wound on her face. For further clarity and further details, let's go across to my colleague Radhika Ramaswamy, who's been tracking the story. Radhika, what details can you disclose currently?
That's right, Parmeshwar. This is a very, very disturbing, heart-wrenching incident, of course. 3 people have been booked in connection to the case after a 60-year-old woman was dumped in a pile of garbage in Goregaon East. Of course, she was found dumped on Saturday morning, post which, of course, police started investigations. Initially, she revealed to the police that she was dumped by her own grandson. But later, he said that it was not him. She went out of her own accord, after which, of course, police widened its investigation only to find that it was indeed her grandson and her brother-in-law who went ahead and dumped her in that garbage pile. As far as the sequence of events are concerned, there was some sort of violent episode in the house. She's a mentally disturbed lady and also suffered from multiple health ailments, after which she was apparently admitted in the wee hours, tried to get admitted in the wee hours in a hospital in Kandivali. Unfortunately, she was not getting any sort of entry in any of the hospitals, which is when both the grandson and his uncle, which means her brother-in-law, decided to hire a rickshaw and dump her in a garbage pile because she did not receive any sort of treatment, and they couldn't really help her, and they were, in a sense, as police claim, were fed up of her. They decided to dump her in a garbage pile and then try to mislead the police as well. Later, of course, she was found from that dump, taken to hospital by police officials, after which investigation started, and that CCTV grabs also pointing at how they tried to get her admission in the hospital. They refused entry, which is when they took her out and dumped her in that garbage pile. So truly very, very disturbing. And police have, of course, taken cognizance of it. They have registered a case and they've booked 3 individuals, including the grandson, the uncle, as well as the rickshaw driver. They have now confessed to the crime, is what police are telling us, but they are yet to be arrested.
Thank you so much, Radhika, for joining us with the latest details coming in. Well, on a lighter note, let's try and turn our attention. Luxury Prada has left the internet in a state of shock with the launch of their latest Kolhapuri flats that are reportedly priced at 1,20,000 rupees. This alarming price tag for a pair of chappals has raised quite a few eyebrows on the internet, not just for that pricey tag, but also for the fact that credit wasn't given where it's due to Indian craftsmen. Abira has been tracking all aspects of the story. Listen in.
Today I'm here joining with me our students from NIF, and let's talk to them what they think about it. You know, like I said, it's a very proud moment, but at the same time, it's so sad that you know, something like this it keeps happening over and over again.
Right. Hi, I'm Sagar Kadrekar. I'm from NIF Global, Andheri Bandra Thane. I'm their senior faculty here. And coming back to the question, we recently saw a Prada show which, like, you know, made mark in the industry. But there's one highlight factor from India, that is Kolhapuri chappals, which there was not a single mention about India. So it's really sad that brands like Prada, which is like, they have a legacy behind it, but still there's no mention from the roots of where people are like artisans, they work hard. I mean, it takes one entire day to complete a Kolhapuri chappal, and it's completely handcrafted. Yeah. And if they are going to sell it for, like, you know, in dollars like that, then, and there's not even single mention, it is really unfair to the artisans of India.
And absolutely, we don't know how this money is even reaching even if it's reaching the craftsmen. Like, it's very unfair to them. And I can see both of you wearing Kolhapuri chappals. Can you tell me how much did you buy this for?
Mine are for $750.
Okay, and what about yours?
350.
Yeah, so, and it's from Kolhapur?
Yeah, it's from Kolhapur.
So tell me about these chappals, where you get it from, and also what do you think about this whole cultural appropriation that has happened recently?
Hi, my name is Riya Gaikwad. I'm from NIF Andheri. I'm a student here, fashion student. So basically every year I go to Kolhapur and I buy these chappals. It is like what I have seen my grandparents to my parents wearing those. They never thought that it will be labeled as a leather sandal, flat leather sandal, and sell it in 1.2 lakhs. So it is incredibly different to see what I am wearing from my childhood to being there on the runway. I was happy to see it, but then when I got to know that there was no credits given to the artisans, which made me shook, like, why not?
Well, would you pay that 1,20,000 rupee price tag for a pair of Kolhapuri chappals made in-house on home ground in Maharashtra's Kolhapur by artisans? Well, Prada didn't give any credit to them. Saurabh takes you through the lowdown.
Well, I think what's happened is that there is also calls for some sort of legal action and an outrage over the lack of credit that was being discussed. And that's something that probably, international fashion brands like Prada will have to answer. Because when you pick up something that's clearly GI tagged, or which is something that is clearly attributed to the creative pursuits of artisans, specifically from Kolhapur in this case, then you have to credit them. And that's something that's being called out quite loudly on Twitter, quite often on other social media platforms as well, especially from those who follow the developments in the fashion world. Now, the GI tag ensures that the artisans, etc., they have credit for their creative pursuits. And that's something that many are talking about, that why is there no follow-up, or is this cultural appropriation, some even going as far as to describe it as cultural theft. So these are questions that are coming up, and these the GI tags, etc., protect creators, protect artisans, protect those with those designing or making these chappals in Kolhapur and Maharashtra from theft or creation of their products without proper credit and proper sort of dues where it is due. So obviously that's something that's come up now in these in these discussions, and many are also calling for legal recourse or legal action given that there was no credit given, even though it's really sort of led to the Kolhapuri chappal, which is already popular. It had a GI tag, but it's given it a more pronounced recent run of fame given this development. But again, is it fair, and is it fair to not give credit to the artisans? That's the question that everyone's asking.
Saurabh, thank you so much though for joining us with the latest. The other big international headline we're tracking, the CIA chief has gone on record and contradicted reports quoting US intel. Reports have stated that US failed to destroy Iran nuke sites, but the CIA chief clearly says that several Iran nuke facilities were destroyed. The US president has said that Iran nuke sites were wiped out. Iran, meanwhile, says nuke facilities were badly damaged. The International Atomic Energy Agency has said on record that Iran's uranium may have survived, so there are big questions over where Iran's 400 kgs of enriched uranium is currently. Is it dispersed underground? Has it been destroyed? Lots of unanswered questions at this point, but the CIA backing Donald Trump's view that the US strikes on Iran's nuclear sites did cause severe damage, contradicting reports by US intel. With that, let's bring our attention back on home ground to Tamil Nadu specifically, where a major drug scandal is unfolding, exposing a network reportedly involving politicians and film stars. Following the arrest of actor Srikanth, another actor Krishna has been detained in connection with the drug case. More arrests are expected to follow as authorities are now intensifying their hunt for other more prominent individuals involved in running this celebrity politician drug ring. What do we need to know about this cocaine cartel bust? Sam Daniel brings you the details.
The Chennai police has detained actor Krishna in the Chennai cocaine case. He is being interrogated since last night. At the moment, the exact role of Krishna in the cocaine case is not clear. Chances are police would take a call on his arrest after they receive the blood samples investigation report. Krishna comes from a family of film personalities. His father is a film producer. His elder brother is a well-known director, Vishnu Vardhan. So far, police confirm that the other arrested film producer, Prasad, had sold cocaine to his friends and had even hosted cocaine-fueled parties. It was from him actor Srikanth had bought cocaine, and police also confirmed that they have documentary and digital evidence to prove that Srikanth had purchased cocaine, used it, and was also in touch with the drug cartel. This has shaken up the Tamil film industry. This comes at a time the Malayalam film industry has mandated no drugs affidavit to be given by everyone on the sets of the ongoing films from today. In Chennai, Sam Daniel, Find TV.
Moving on, Special Chief Secretary in Telangana, Arvind Kumar, has been summoned by the Anti-Corruption Bureau on the 1st of July in connection with the Formula E race case. The Anti-Corruption Bureau is probing into irregularities related to the Formula E race, which was organized when BRS Working President K.T. Rama Rao was the Municipal Administration and Urban Development Minister. Well, on that note, we're slipping into a very quick commercial break. News and updates continue in a moment with my colleague Gargi Rawat. Do stay tuned.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola, India's leading AI smartphone brand.
सज गया है मंच। शिरकत करेंगे जाने माने कलाकार। एनडीटीवी का क्रिएटर्स मंच है आपके लिए तैयार। शामिल होंगे लेजेंडरी राइटर जावेद अख्तर, अपनी कविताओं से युवाओं के दिलों पर राज करने वाले कवि कुमार विश्वास, समय से परे की फिल्म बनाने वाले डायरेक्टर इम्तियाज अली और बेस्ट सेलिंग राइटर चेतन भगत। यहाँ फन और एंटरटेनमेंट मिलेगा साहित्य से, नई रचनाएं, नई सोच, नया मंच। एनडीटीवी लाया है आपके लिए क्रिएटर्स मंच। आप भी जुड़ें एनडीटीवी नेटवर्क पर।